when Hajj were no more than 500 people. We are not talking of 1 million, and some organization must come into it. Go ahead, sir.
I must add, Saudi government, they have their rules, they have their regulations, and therefore, we and them have to abide by those regulations. It is not only in the interest of Saudi government, but it is in the interest of we pilgrims. When we choose to go there all at the same time, chances are that there will be some lives, people will go there. I don't think that is in the interest of Islam itself for us to run into a situation where we will deliberately make it difficult for us not to do what we are supposed to do. They have their rules, and it's a pity. We can't just obey their rules. We don't want to run into that. In addition to that, sir, we did discuss and we did agree that the female creatures, the number of female creatures, maybe 10% half of the total. The reason being that females, by their biological situation, they will be able to relate more with the female creatures than the male creatures.
And then we will talk about percentages by knowing a pattern. For the past 3 years of male-female pilgrims, so that if we know they are up to 40%, then the same ratio for the preachers. What is the ratio, Chairman?
But it varies from 1 year.
So on the minimum, we can have 35% for female preachers. And
experts, sanitation experts within the medical team, so that they will be in a position to professionally take care of the sanitation in our premises, in Mona, and in Arafat.
And do I have sanitation experts that I will put in this committee? Why don't you have some money and
but we still want to have a policy of each people should be given off and that will come apply the program with the commission.
I begin to complain, you are not putting the, you seem to be afraid of the money. Yes.
It is to be reported that last year, what we are supposed to do, they have their rules, and it's a pity. We can't just obey their rules. We don't want to run into that. In addition to that, sir, we did discuss and we did agree that the female creatures, the number of female creatures, maybe 10% half of the total. The reason being that females, by their biological situation, they will be able to relate more with the female creatures than the male creatures.
And then we will talk about percentages by knowing a pattern. For the past 3 years of male-female pilgrims, so that if we know they are up to 40%, then the same ratio for the preachers. What is the ratio, Chairman?
But it varies from 1 year.
So on the minimum, we can have 35% for female preachers. And
experts, sanitation experts within the medical team, so that they will be in a position to professionally take care of the sanitation in our premises, in Mona, and in Arafat.
And do I have sanitation experts that I will put in this committee? Why don't you have some money and
but we still want to have a policy of each people should be given off and that will come apply
I begin to complain, you are not putting the, you seem to be afraid of the money. Yes.
It is to be recalled that last year, major problem we had at home was the issue of Mahara.
But let's go back to that there. What was the issue? Because I remember at one time, a very conservative, this is also part of the symbolism. Somebody will tell you, they say I must eat a part of that meat, which is actually not obligatory. But if some people feel that way, and they want to be the one to slaughter it and eat the meat, why not? So what is the issue now? That your prayer will be accepted, but the Imam's one is not accepted. We know that one. So in your heart, if you give somebody money to go and do Hadaya, and he decides to put the money in his pocket, but if you know the man not cheap, that's a different matter. Okay? Anyway, the optional will still continue.
In respect of the airlift, but the return bound journey, normally last year we experienced of delays, say 12 hours, 6 hours, that we need for us to talk seriously to airliners so that they keep their schedule when coming back as well as when
What's the problem with the scheduling? Is it the state issue or the airline? Or is it that other states bribe the airline and then they leave certain states that are not bribed? No, but okay, you don't want the word to be used. Okay, how lobbying? Maybe we don't know how to lobby them to come to our aid or what?
As a chief, I would say, that's when they come, they have to scout around for fuel and take some time to let the fuel before they turn around. And because they are carrying pilgrims back home with their luggage, they are unable to fill the tank from Saudi Arabia as they do when doing the outbound air. So they come lightly fueled and they have to refuel in Nigeria. But if they are doing the outbound air, they come fully fueled and they don't really need to refuel the country. They make a quick turnaround.
So you see the technical issue now that what is the problem with the you just sat down there doing nothing and then you are saying you reminded you come to us. That's what I do. Or we take it and give it to Commissioner Religious so that it appears like it's a problem for you. So if you said that the MOU is not operational. Please sit down.
2 hour tents in Arafat, 2 hour tents in Muna for medical and for I saw this.
Why are you touching the upper part?
Set for ourselves Vision 2011, which Alhamdulillah we achieved in 2010 and consolidated in 2011. And now we are now pursuing Vision 10 2015, which is a global vision. First one is a national vision. So thank you very much for the administration and us. We are most grateful to all participating ministries and stakeholders who have given us support and advice and also constructive criticisms that has helped us to sit up and perform better and better. So thank you very much, and we pray Allah for everyone who was about.
First of all, our sincere thanks goes to the Chief Servant for his support in making each year a reality and a success for everybody in Niger State. Mr. Chief Servant, all been said. Mine is just thank you and thank you and thank you. And may Allah continue to give you the wisdom to lead us. Allah ubangijin Allah ya kara maka kwazo, ya kara maka hakuri, ya kara mana kai. Everybody did his part correctly. The commission members, the board members, the Amirul Hajj team, even the religious affairs team. We did our best. We worked together as a family. Good. And we succeeded. Niger State is number 1. Number 1 with your support, sir. And very soon we go for our own oversight and see the new houses this year, sir.
What I want to appeal to the politician is that wherever we go wrong, the administrators, they should come to us direct, not to go about worrying about it.
So they rumor too much, eh?
And tell us we have to correct. That's all the criticism.
Good.
The role of the DPO to do that very seriously. Because some DPOs do not take care of their members at all. Thank you, sir.
That is my observation.
That's what do you want to hear?
Sir,
They say they never talk. You wanted to hear something. Okay, but we cannot have any more sitting down. And I asked them, and they said they were from Mashiru. And I discovered later on that Musa Mashiru was to be their Muharram, but he had left at an earlier flight. You didn't know about it, but I told you, I mentioned it. Okay, now that is the answer. What happened?
Then allocated to Mashiru local government, minus 38. So I give directives to the APO shall follow the first flight, conferring Mashegu, Paipu, and other local governments to Saudi Arabia, leaving 2 of us on the ground, myself and the assistant, to solve this problem of Al-Muharram. So now I was on the ground with all our women.
No, you are on the ground.
How could I give people okay?
The Amirul Hajj and his team, the chairman for the Pilgrims Welfare Commission and its officers, and again doing us proud by organizing one of the most successful Hajj operations. Earlier, about 2-3 weeks ago, we received the Christian Pilgrims Welfare report, and we were very, very satisfied with what transpired. We are very satisfied with the behavior of our people when we go out, partly because we aid it in making sure that people behave nicely, because they represent us. Whoever gets out, even in Abuja, if you are from Niger State, your behavior will be reflecting on your state. Because the first thing people would ask, from which state is he? So we're very happy with what we have done so far. And like I said, we will continue to give subsidy to our pilgrims. Because part of the logic, and please, whatever comes to tell you that you will be rewarded according to your suffering, a lie. God is not looking for your suffering. God will see what you intend doing and how you are doing it. So don't go and say, oh, you want to stay far away from Kaaba so that as you walk, you are giving for every step you are written the lie. And the happier people are, the better concentration they may have during their event. And that is why we insist. And I have given you examples. Many of the people that are coming for these pilgrims, many of them do not benefit from any governmental thing. They do not go to a school, they do not have tap water. In fact, the water that they drink, their body is already immune. They do not enjoy anything of yours, even the electricity, they don't. Some of them, this is the first time they come into contact with government. And many of them in earlier times, they were cheated because they didn't know what to do. Somebody was telling me that one of these people who you think they know, the physician who got lost and couldn't talk to anybody. So when he saw an Arab, he kept saying, "Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim." The Arab now would not know you are. He said, "Show me the right path." The right path to where? So we must take care of these kind of people. And we must pay attention right from here. Because why would somebody want to spend money when he does not know even the rudiments of what he's supposed to do? Somebody comes to pay this amount of money for Hajj, but does not know how to even perform ablution. These are the people that need our assistance. And also when they go out there, what they are supposed to be doing. Pilgrimage is supposed to add to your piety. For you to see what has happened, and that's why it is not quote and unquote made that compulsory. It is not like prayer that you must do 5 times a day. There are many conditions attached to it. So if you keep going, like they say, some people have turned it into a touristic thing now, God will give you reward of tourism. But if you go with the mind to learn more, the purpose is to teach you equality and to add to the piety and to also understand the history. Because for each performance of what you have done, there is a history behind it. So it is important that we continue to help. More so, some of them, they are coming straight to the village, to Mina, to the plain, and from the plain direct there. They have never been anywhere else. There are many stories of people who would not know how to even put the seatbelt unless they are assisted. So it means we must continue to give subsidy. And I made it a point. Because my concept of going either for Umrah or for Hajj is to do those things that are very, very essential. And to do them, you need to be near the institutions where you need to perform them. When I came, it was almost 3 or 5 kilometers away where Niger used to be kept. I know the house because I remember when I was the chairman in FCT. I had my chairman Pilgrim Welfare from the Kingdom. I think I was on the second house. So I used to go and see where the Niger State people were staying. And many of them, they cannot afford to go, or if they go to Kaaba, then they cannot go back home until they finish virtually all the prayers. And you know the situation of those who are more fit. So many of them may be praying even without going to perform other ablution, because sometimes because of the congestion of the place, you may not get a chance to go out and do other things. So please, we must become very conscious of that and continue to assist. Local governments must be advised properly, because we're having a lot of problems with the APOs. Sometimes we really don't know. Is it the local government authority or the APO that is having problem? So now, why is the problem? Is it APO or chairman of local government? Or both? And so the damage is done.
That's right.
The female preachers, I think we should take note of that particular position. We will reconstitute the Amirul Hajj team, but I'm told that Hadiza becomes a perpetual member, or at least for now. Now the airlifting, we haven't talked about this division. Sometimes you have these two aircraft coming, or two airliners coming. I am not aware of what has been arranged this time around. What is the actual issue now on the ground? Government chairman must be held responsible if he's sponsoring one or two people. If the local government, for any reason, but I think with the kind of subsidy that we are given to all the pilgrims, I don't see any need for any person to sponsor somebody extra again. Apart from this list, we said the ulamas, the medical team, one or two journalists, not journalists, one or two journalists. So the Amirul Hajj team and the officials of the Pilgrims Commission. Other than that, I don't want to hear. And now, are we agreed on the 90% or 80% first timers?
On the same side.
So that we protect Nigeria. Anytime these assessments are made, we are always shown as if we are the least behaved. People will talk about Indonesia, Malaysia, you see them all organized and all, and our own people still going helter-skelter looking for things to do. I think all the states at your level and also at the commission level must really recommend to their governors and also to the president on how we can improve on this hydrogen and how we can make our people really behave properly. And I think it hinges more on this training before they go, and also inculcating in them the spirit of the whole essence of pilgrimage. We need to do that. Now, today I'm a little careful because certainly it's not what you say that sometimes is reflected. When I saw headlines today in many of the newspapers, I laughed. I said, did I say that? I was wondering whether they were referring to me, and then sometimes when you go to read the content, you begin to wonder how a headline can be so different from the content. But that is neither here nor there. What I said yesterday, and I still repeat it, is that each one of us has his own responsibility. Each state governor has his own responsibility. Those who are clamoring for clipping the wings of governors do not seem to understand the politics of the matter. And that is the essence of the message that I was sending out. None of us is fighting Mr. President. And if any governor is fighting Mr. President on a personal matter, we the governors are capable of dealing with that particular person at every level of our association. We have the Northern Governors Forum, we have the PDP Governors Forum, we have Southeast, Southwest, South-South Governors Forum, and I believe that we are capable of handling situations like that. So all the politics you hear that these are pitched, either Amechi versus Shema, are more in the outside paper thing. We believe Nigeria is bigger than any one of us, and that governors must respect Mr. President and the presidency. That is part of our oath of office. Any governor who tries to ridicule presidency or to ridicule Mr. President is doing that at his own peril. But again, we must also make sure that we do not subject any governor to ridicule unnecessarily. As the chairman of Northern Governors Forum, I will go out of my way to protect the image of governors and to make sure, again, no governor tries to ridicule the presidency. Those were the essence of my information. But somebody even went to say he got an informer who told him that he want me to what I said. I said, after the informer entered my heart, because what was said did not come through my mouth. But however, after some discussion, I realized that sometimes these things happen this way. But we must be very courageous, we must be very frank, so that we do not let our nation go bonkers. It's all of us. Sometimes why you see I go all this way is to listen to you and to know really what you want. I didn't have to ask you. I could have even called them to my office to give me this report. But you notice any time an issue comes up, I would want to hear from you, because you will be the one to explain to people outside. And if you don't understand what is on the ground, you will not be able to appreciate what is happening out there. And many of us, once we read a newspaper, because newspaper is supposed to be a primary source, many of us believe, well, the moment we see a printed thing, we believe because we know, or we want to believe that that thing will not have gone into a print unless it is the truth. So please help us to educate the people to understand and to make sure that, like other nations, we think 10 years, 20 years ahead. Let us not be living only for the moment. I thank you very much, the Amirul Hajj team. Like I said, we will construct the Amirul Hajj team properly. And yes, sir. You forgot one thing. Thank you. Yes, sir.
They badly need another.
Oh, then they don't need if they badly need. He has drawn my attention to that. Neither the people research care commission nor the commissioner of health.
We have well over 400.
And Dr. Mahmoud. But then the perpetual one, what if you want to put our politics in medical team?
The issue of the ambulance.
All of those people who have contributed tremendously to the success of Hajj and who will contribute by God's grace to 2013 Hajj and make it a success too. We ask Allah to reward you abundantly. Let me thank you once again and close this meeting. I'm happy with the report that you have